Hey YouTube, it's Damien here, and this week we're going to talk about friends and family. I feel like this topic came at a good time because something awesome happened with coming out to a family member that I've been trying to put off for a while. So I finally did it. I actually came out to my uncle, who surprisingly turned out to be the most supportive person in my family. And I'll talk about that more on my 6 month on T video, but he was the most supportive person that I've known in my family as of this moment. When I first came out to like my mother, she was like, she basically acted indifferent. She was like, oh, that's it? And she basically took it as like no big deal. And she later told my dad, who, in her own words, she said, he he still loves me and stuff, but he doesn't want me to medically transition, take hormones and shoot myself in the leg with a needle and all that. And my brother, basically, he was supposedly supportive, but just a week ago, he just came over after not seeing him after a month or something, and he basically went like, "Hey, birth name, how you doing?" And that just left a nasty taste in my mouth, and I just got a little sharp with him and said, no, everything's fine, and basically gave him a bit of an attitude. I was just upset at that um, display after not seeing him for a month and basically blowing me off to be with his friends. So, in the immediate family, I still have issues. They're still not using my preferred name. They're not using any name, which is good for the moment, and but they still refer to me as female pronouns and my middle name when in private. So right now I'm basically back where I started. As of right now, my uncle's the only one in the family that's actually trying. I mean, he accidentally said my birth name, but he says, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Damien." Sorry, it's gonna take a while for me to get used to it, but he immediately stopped referring to me as like those names that are like associated with females. He stopped calling me sweetie pie and basically giving me hugs. He starts slapping me on the hand, giving me a high five. You know how he's starting to give me male greetings, which is nice. When I came out to my friends, I didn't really have like any conflict or anything. Like nobody unfriended me because I'm trans, which was a nice surprise. And just recently, like 2 weeks ago, I went out with a friend who I haven't seen before transition, and she didn't mess up once, not even once, and she used male pronouns right off the bat and used my preferred name, Damien, as if it was nothing, and I really felt grateful toward her. Like, I really liked that person a lot more because I really appreciated it that she didn't like fall back on calling me by my birth name or using female pronouns and outing me to her friends, who in the end found out anyways because one of them added me on Instagram and they found out from there, but they were still cool with it. It was nice. It was nice being treated as one of the guys. And they were like, oh, I never would have known and all that. So support from friends is basically 100% supportive. There haven't been any issues. There's nobody like going behind my back and talking shit, at least to my knowledge. And my uncle's my biggest supporter right now, so despite my immediate family not really being supportive and like knowing that this is happening, pretending that I'm still the same person, which I am, but like still treating me as if I'm still female. Things are doing pretty well, and I'm sorry for those that have to endure getting misgendered by their family and friends, and they're basically losing respect for you, but it does get better. You basically have to literally buckle down and tell them that this is not okay, and if they won't listen, well, you're gonna have to reconsider your relationship with them if they're friends, but if they're family doing it to you, you could possibly just ignore them when they call you by your birth name or misgender you. You could just look the other way, or if that's not possible, you could just look at them and be angry. Do the bare minimum. Just don't let them, like some families might have violent tendencies. Just make it known to them that you're not okay with this. So far, that's been kind of like working for me. I went from hearing my birth name in my family to hearing nothing. I just refer to that gender neutral entity in the house, which is a nice step up, really, but I still have a long way to go. And that's basically all the advice I have to give for this week, so I'll see you next week.